Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to The Formula, Episode 5. This is Jason Levancher. Kid Dynamite, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight we're going to be going over how did Graves Carey build up his company. He's one of the oldest RTV dealers in the network. 33 years old. He has been with Realtor Vision since 2002. He has started out with Realtor Vision when there was no marketing. This was literally, here's your kit, here's a pat on the back, here's Jason's phone number, call him when you're in a pinch, good luck. And he's doing a great job. He's helped, he's brought a lot of great ideas to Realtor Vision. And Graves, how are we sounding out there? Graves, by the way, everyone, is in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. And for those of you that don't know the area, Rehoboth Beach, and correct me if I'm wrong, Grace, but Rehoboth Beach is very, Delaware actually is a 3-county state, very, very beautiful state if you love chicken farming, which for those of you that don't know, I actually grew up on a chicken farm. We had 20,000 chickens and 600 acres of cherry trees. When Graves is not on a chicken farm, but there's lots of them around him. But Graves, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, Jason. Glad to be on here. Actually, I'm from Lewis, Delaware.
Okay.
Which is one town north of Rehoboth, and we're on the coast. It's a coastal resort, and the county that I live in is Sussex County, which is probably the chicken capital of the world. So beyond the beach, you see chicken farms.
And that is your, not for eggs, right? These are your Tyson. This is your chicken processing plant.
They are the roasters, yes.
Right, right. Well, Graves is not in the chicken business, but I do occasionally call him Foghorn Leghorn because he is the king of the crop when it comes to doing virtual tours out there. I guess let's start from the beginning, Graves. Tell us how you came to find out about. You know what? I apologize, everybody. Cheryl, do we have any announcements to make tonight before we really kick this off? Cheryl has stepped away.
I'm back. I'm sorry.
You're back. Cheryl goes and she watches cartoons during the webinars. No big deal. Cheryl, do we have any announcements this evening?
Actually, I don't have any for this evening. No, I don't.
Okay. All right. We're all good then. I think then go ahead, Graves. Let's jump in. How did you come to? What made you think about the service? What made you think about starting up a property marketing company, a virtual tour company, and what led you to RTV?
Well, actually, Jason, that's a pretty interesting story. I am a real estate broker. I've actually had a license since 2001, and I was working in a brokerage, and being the youngest one in there, everybody counted on me to do all their technical things, and so an agent came up and said, I want you to do a virtual tour, and this was, in 2002, we were just getting high-speed internet in the area, and I said, it's going to take software, it's going to take camera equipment. And she goes, well, I'll pay you for it. I said, well, $. So got on Google, put in virtual tours, and Realtor Vision was at the top of the list. And I believe I sent you a information request form. Called me back almost immediately.
Those were back. That was back when there were no barely anybody. There were hardly any phone calls. You got a phone call back from me instantly.
Yeah, it was pretty quick, and we got on the phone, and you showed me a few things, and I said, this is it. And when I got into it, it was actually going to be just an extra money gig. Do my own listing, do the brokerage listings, and whoever else found out about it. Be extra money.
I remember that. I remember you, and in fact, after you started looking at it, I want to say you and your father, Paul, you guys guys did an awful lot of research. It got real serious. You guys spent a good month, I think, kind of looking at different systems and a lot of phone calls back and forth.
It was probably a month. And you know, when you're going to invest money in something, you want to make sure that you're doing it wisely, and checked out different systems and was really impressed with the Realtor Vision system compared to all others.
Once you guys took the plunge, Graves, I know this is a long time ago. You know, you got things up and running. How long did it take before other people, before you said, "Hey, I really want to do this outside the office"? You know.
Well, the one thing was when they started popping up on the multi-list, that was exposure to all the other agents. So it was one of those things where other agents saw it, and then they wanted to know who did it, because they knew that was like the next big thing in marketing. And you know, as we all know, marketing for real estate has gone to the internet. Print advertisement is slowly dying out. So it was probably, I mean, it took a few months, you know, to really for things to get out there. You know, it was a new thing. So you actually, you know, when I started, I had to explain to a lot of people what a virtual tour was. I mean, now almost everybody knows what a virtual tour is, but back then you had to explain what a virtual tour is and why they need it.
Right. And you know what? Quite honestly, there are still pockets out there that are, you know, you got into this when it was very much untapped, you know, and you have to define and create that vision for people and show them the value. There's a lot of education process, and it's still going on today, whether you're just getting started in offering virtual tours, or you're telling people why they should use you because you push their tours into the social bookmarking networks, or you say we offer elevated photography, or it's always an education process. But I think what you're saying can really ring home true to those out there tonight that are online. The more you educate your customers, which you've done over the years, on the value, the more loyal they become to you.
Well, you're exactly right. And now the education process is not explaining what a virtual tour is, but explaining all these other systems that are out there that are kind of marketing themselves as virtual tours, which really are not. You know, all they are is a slideshow with movement, and what they're doing is, you know, offering these things at really cheap. They don't look as nice, and the people aren't getting nearly as much. So now you have to educate people on what actually is a virtual tour and what isn't, and why, you know, a 360-degree virtual tour is so much better than some of these other systems out there.
Well, that kind of brings about one of my questions. Who do you have? Who are you up against in your area? What kind of competitors have you faced? In which of those have gone out of business? You know, this has been a 2008, into 2008, 2009. I've seen a lot of our competitors just go belly up, and I have to say to everybody, thank goodness for our very diverse business model. The fact that we put you in business for yourself. The fact that we also can flex the RTV business model and send you service deals like we do with our Tour Track program, that's really allowed us to be stronger than the other people that rely on only one. But now, who have you faced? I know you called me years ago. I remember that call in 2004 where the Circle Pix is coming to town, and they were emailing everybody left and right. And I tour swept through town. And how have